look for that daily reading coming up in just a moment. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're already a YouTube subscriber, welcome back. Thank you for your continued love and support. If you're brand new, my name's Cody. I appreciate your curiosity. Welcome to my channel. If you've seen that mini reading, then you already know what's going on here, why these cards are here. And then we're just going to go ahead and jump into clarification. I will do some advice and outcome, whichever one is needed, maybe both. And then we'll look at some oracle to close out the reading for you all for today. If you need to book a personal reading, everything's going to be in the link tree taking you to my website, where it'll show you I'm running a sale right now. And I'm also offering mentorships. Be sure to check those out. Head all the way to the bottom. It'll show you all the other platforms where I go live and post content. If you recognize any of those, give me a follow. So we've got karmic justice, and we've got somebody who may have been lying to themselves. You know, they may have thought they were ready, but they were blind to the fact that they were still torn between wanting to move ahead, possibly even still be stuck on something from their past. This is somebody who is not able to get it past the dating stage. They may talk a big game about down the road, but their follow through is seriously lacking here. We've got some serious lacking in follow through abilities. So let's go ahead and get clarification. This is so funny. I just turned my karmic deck over. It says, I lied to you. Yeah, that's what we're dealing with. We are dealing with a big, fat, phony liar here. Your guides, your angels are going to be taking care of this for you. Full card, full card. We're syncing up already. All right, here we go. All right. What can we tell collective about the Justice and the Seven of Swords? Give us more clarification, please. What are these lies all about? Five of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. Big talk. Big talk. How they are ready to start, but they never were really all in. This Five of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. There's a lot of distance here. Somebody kept you at arm's length. I think they rushed into this, but they were never going to bring their emotions. They were all talk. They were all talk, but as far as being committed and dedicated and investing anything, it was not going to happen. It just couldn't move past the conversation stage. Any type of emotional connectivity was just not on the table for this person. Tell me about the Two of Swords and the Knight of Cups. King of Pentacles. And the Nine of Cups. So this person spoke a lot, right, about how they had big plans. They felt like you were the missing piece, that you were some kind of a wish fulfillment, some sort of a missing piece to their puzzle as far as where they were going with their future. But this Two of Swords says that I don't think this person really had a clue what they were doing. Again, we have a lot of blocked emotions here. The Nine of Cups is blocked emotion. Two of Swords, blocked emotion. This person's lying to themselves. They have big plans. Maybe they planned that the romance side of this would bloom. The more time that they spent with you, that this would eventually start to build to what they were promising you and telling you that it was. Tell me about the Fool card. This Fool card, yes, it's a blind leap of faith. Yes, it's a new beginning, but it's also very careless, reckless, non-committal energy. Look at this person. They have not a care in the world. She's got her headphones in. She's not even paying attention that she's about to fall off the ledge. Her dog's not safe. You know, she's just out here, just in her own world. You know how they are when they've got their headphones in and they're not paying attention? You're a danger to yourself and others. You know what I mean? That's the Fool card. Take your earphones out, you fool, or turn it down so you can hear the cars coming or that you're about to fall, right? People are trying to holler out to you. We've got the Queen of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. So again with this future faking, there's nothing they said that wasn't worth, committing to and investing and seeing what, hey, that all sounds great. Let me come with you. Let's see where this goes. Tell me about the King of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles, the Magician. Okay, the Six of Swords. So collective, I think this person may have created the ability to connect with you by attempting to move on from some trauma that they have recently gone through. Maybe they were still disconnecting from something very, very painful. Maybe they had some kind of a breakthrough in their healing journey and they were able to somehow align with your frequency and connect with you. A lot of times we wonder, how am I attracting these people? How do I keep on connecting with people who are not connecting with me? What's the deal here? And it may be that you just were a test to them and they were a test to you. Okay. Let's look at the Three of Cups, the friend zone, the dating period. Seven of Pentacles was at the bottom. More manifesting. Tell me about this. Because listen, the Nine of Pentacles looks good. Who the heck wouldn't want this in their world, in their life? This is somebody who's done quite well for themselves. This is somebody who's worth having. They are very, very available as well, because all they need is that one more pentacle to make the 10, to complete their forever after. But so far, they've had a really good handle on it. The King of Wands makes it look like you're worth having in their life. They could really see you as a part of their future. This is somebody who, doesn't see where that sounds like a bad idea at all. We've got the Ace of Wands and the World card. Now, the Ace of Wands is coming in really hot, but it's almost as if it comes in so fast, so hot, and so powerful that it has nowhere to go. It has nowhere to go if somebody is not self-aware, if they are not emotionally available, if they are not fully healed and detached from what they've previously experienced. It's going to end as quickly as it began. And I mean hard. This is a major cycle closing. I believe the test of this relationship as well is also showing you to no longer get way too excited until you have moved past this minimal effort here. That minimal effort of getting together, experiencing the good times, right? That's that honeymoon phase, about 3 months. 3 months, everything is amazing. Don't ask anybody how their new relationship is doing within the 3-month period, because it's always pretty darn good. I would say, 90% of the time. 90% of the time. Some people just thrive on drama and they happen to connect and sync up with those kinds of people too. But this is not that reading. This is just somebody who misled you. They maybe were lying to themselves, lead you into the promise of some kind of a future, but so far, no follow through. Zero follow through here. It comes in so fast that it's over just as quickly as it begins. Tell me about these. We got 999 out here again, 333 out here. Let us look at the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Cups. These are both very guarded, very independent. So is the Nine of Pentacles. It also is about somebody who's quite well on their own. They don't need you. They would want you to be in their life, but they don't need you. They don't need you. They don't need anybody to come in and test them and to try them anymore. They don't need emotional fulfillment. They're good about doing it on their own. They don't need you to financially support them. They're quite capable of doing life without you. They've done well so far. They don't need you. They want you. Let's see. Tell me about this. 9 of Wands, 9 of Cups. And I couldn't help but see the Moon card sitting at the back. We've got the Page of Cups, Queen of Cups back here. You know, here's that romantic offer. Here's another 9. 9 of Swords. Yeah, the Chariot card, 6 of Cups, Hanged Man. This is somebody who, you know, is lying to themselves. Yeah, I'm over my past. It's been enough time. I should be past it. Let me get back out there. Okay, 9 of Swords is somebody who really has a lot of fear and anxiety over beginning anything past that flirtatious excitement of something being new. As far as any more investment of that, it feels very cold, very stoic, feels very slow to build, very slow to produce results, to follow through with any planning. It feels very slow. Very, very slow, very blocked, very resistant. Very, very resistant here. Okay. And again, we've got this, you know, the 3 of Wands, the Page of Cups again, Page of Pentacles. You know, I should be ready. Knight of Cups. This person may have 3-4 years past their past relationship, but they still haven't done that healing work. So they're carrying it around with them still. And this is where they're creating new connections, is from that previous energy that is still on them. Others of you are dealing with somebody who is, you know, just lying to themselves about what they're able to do, what they're capable of in emotional investment with somebody else, as far as being emotionally healthy, spiritually and mentally aligned with you. And if there is a misalignment, then you will not match. You will fight, you will fuss, you will argue, you will not agree with one another. Very stubborn, very focused on, you know, look, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. So does your person. There's that King of Wands, 10 of Cups, Queen of Cups. Tell me about 5 of Swords and the 6 of Swords. Tell me about the 5 of Swords and the 6 of Swords. The Lovers, the Hierophant. This level of commitment takes work. This takes effort. And if somebody is only committed as far as the fun stages, and anything past that is too much work and too much effort, and it feels like it's like dragging them to their future, Spirit is letting you know, when it's time to call it, when it's time to fold it, when it's time to throw in the towel and, cut your losses and start to detach from this so that you can align with what is meant for you. This is teaching you some very invaluable lessons about what real love is, what a real partnership is, what it really means to be in a divine pairing with your person, what it means to be in a connection with somebody who is an excellent future faker, somebody who talks a really big game and is really good, probably at selling anything to anybody, probably sold you a big fat pack of lies, and learned some very, very powerful lessons here. We've got the 2 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, the Judgment, 10 of Wands, King of Swords. This, this decision somebody made to try to work through this with you was way more of an investment than they were willing to commit to. This Judgment card with the 10 of Wands says that this decision was way more than they were willing to take on. They couldn't handle it as far as what it takes to really build a solid foundation with somebody. They just couldn't figure it out. They could not figure it out to save their lives here. King of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. As far as delivering you a nice, honest, clear, logical approach as how to move forward and move past the dating stage and the fun friend times, they didn't have it. Couldn't do it. Okay. Let's clean this up and get an outcome. All right. Let's go ahead and pull for an outcome here. All right. What kind of karmic justice is coming in? What's an outcome for my collective? What do they need to be made aware of here? What's an outcome? Page of Swords, Five of Pentacles. This was a lesson of detachment. I think that a lot of you are finding that this person may be stalking you still. They're still stalking you after the breakup, still watching you. A lot of you are trying to make sense of this disgrace, this hardship that you went through, this being pushed away. You learned a lot. You learned a lot about what love is and what love is definitely not. This was a toxic karmic. Queen of Cups. Seven of Wands. There's that karmic justice. The Nine of Swords. So this is teaching you here, collective, to pay attention. Pay attention to what you're thinking and feeling. All of the red flags may have been showing up like crazy. And this is a major lesson to you to protect what is the most valuable, the most precious. This is your love offer of what you have to offer to others. And this was showing you how to appreciate and value what a real connection is. I think a lot of you were blocking this lesson. You were enduring a lot of this for a lot longer than you should have. And this was going to push you until you saw very, very clearly how to let go of this. I think once you did, your angels were rejoicing. There was so much celebration when you finally started to value yourself, your offer, what you bring to the connection. And there was this opportunity that somebody had, and you've given way more than you should have here. You really did. That karmic justice is going to be served no matter what. But all you needed to do was let go, focus on the healing. Look at this karmic cycle for what it was. This was a karmic cycle. And once you finally decided to close this out and let go of this unexpected upheaval of betrayal, deception, way beneath your divine energy that you were bringing in. Once you figure this out, focus on your healing. I think the future for you is bringing in a partnership that is more worthy. This is more of your caliber. This is more on your level. But this is nothing you're going to go seeking. You're just making room for this by detaching from this and becoming very, very aware of who you're dealing with. Let's go ahead and look at Oracle. I lied to you, shady, sneaky, misbehaving online, social media addiction. So we've got feeling defeated and lost. So this person was lost when it came to following through with the level of promise. I talk badly about you to make myself look better. They may use this connection to get all kinds of sympathy for a way for them to pull away from you with a sense of clarity. They're probably still lying about you so that they don't look so bad for giving up on this. They're barely keeping it together. This person is struggling really because of this. I feel like they're probably putting on a really good show, like they don't care. But again, this person is a liar, and they lie to themselves. They lie to other people. We've got somebody with mommy and daddy issues. Okay, so this is childhood trauma that is carrying on throughout the rest of their life. Every single event throughout the rest of their life is going to be affected until they go in and do that inner child healing, that deep childhood trauma wound healing. They need to work on that. I cannot stop thinking about you because there is strong codependency issues. They may have been overly clingy with you in the past, and they are definitely noticing the distance between the both of you, or if you're in separation, they miss you a lot. I want to call or text, but I don't know what to say. Yeah, you might have blocked this person and kept them from being able to have access to you. And again, you don't need to do a thing. They're about to see how protected you are. Here comes that karmic justice. Once again, you don't have to do a thing. You didn't have to return to sender. You didn't have to go and seek candle workers or light workers or energy healers. You don't have to do a thing. All you have to do is focus on self and work on your healing. You're dealing with somebody who is very childish, very petty. They could have very light eyes, light colored hair. This could be blonde hair, red hair, sandy blonde hair. They have blue, green, or hazel eyes. You are or were better off as friends. I think anything past the friend zone, you would have kept this as friendships. You would have been, a lot better off with this person. It still probably would have been very misleading. They probably are going to be the type of person who can lead people to feeling very deeply connected to the beginning stages. But anything past that, this person would ghost and disappear. They have all kinds of issues. This may have carried over to their connections of when they tried to start their own families, and now they have continuation of issues that are carrying over. This is ancestral karmic issues. Their parents have issues, their parents have issues, their parents have issues. This is ancestral. And once you start to notice that childhood trauma extenuates past when you were born, then you really start to take control over your healing. You start to recognize where go off track and get things back under control there. This person was misbehaving online. So this is somebody who just craves attention. They can't get enough attention. They're highly codependent anyway, so they crave attention from the village. And you're trying to build a kingdom with somebody who has zero capacity to focus on the task at hand. Very, very very deceiving, very misleading here. I do not agree with your perspective. Could have been very argumentative with you. This person loves to argue. They love to try to find some sort of way to one-up you, or there was some sort of a power struggle happening in your connection, but they can't let go of this. They may be lying to themselves, acting as if they are happy about this. They're so glad this is over, but ultimately, again, we still have that back and forth energy. This may be you, you may be very happy that you're no longer in this, because this person was a blame shifter. They blame all their issues on other people, other circumstances, right? They haven't done their inner work. So they have no accountability. So everything is everybody else's fault, right? Sound familiar? If you need to book a personal, everything's going to be in the link tree in the description box of this video. I'm going to go ahead and close out here. Thank you all so much for tuning in, playing along. I appreciate each and every single one of you for all of your likes, your subscribes, your comments, your views. Thank you all so much, collective. I look forward to bringing y'all even more content, so be sure to check out my other platforms. If you recognize any of those, go ahead and give me a follow. I will check in with you all very soon. All the health, wealth, and abundance you can stand.